Hello. You know the deal by now. I took my retainer out. It makes me uncomfortable when I say S. This is page 17 of Ulysses. And this is the continued discussion of Buck Mulligan, Stephen Dedalus, and Haynes, whose name I don't know first of. Page 17. And putting on his stiff collar and rebellious tie, he spoke to them, chiding them, and to his dangling watch chain. His hands plunged and rummaged in his trunk while he called for a clean handkerchief. Agon bite of inwit. God, we'll simply have to dress the character. I want puce gloves and green boots. Contradiction. Do I contradict myself? Very well then. I contradict myself. Mercurial Malachi. A limp black missile flew out of his talking hands. And there's your Latin Quarter hat, he said. Stephen picked it up and put it on. Haynes called to them from the doorway. Are you coming, you fellows? I'm ready, Buck Mulligan answered, going towards the door. Come out, Kinch. You've eaten all we left, I suppose. Resigned, he passed out with grave words and gait, saying, well nigh with sorrow. And going forth, he met Butterly. Stephen, taking his ash plant from its leaning place, followed them out, and, as they went down the ladder, pulled to the slow iron door and locked it. He put the huge key in his inner pocket. At the foot of the ladder, Buck Mulligan asked, Did you bring the key? I have it, Stephen said, preceding them. Um, he walked on. Behind him, he heard Buck Mulligan club with his heavy bath towel the leader shoots of ferns or grasses. Down, sir! How dare you, sir? Haynes asked, Do you pay rent for this tower? 12 quid, Buck Mulligan said. To the Secretary of State for War, Stephen added over his shoulder. They halted while Haynes surveyed the tower and said at last, Rather bleak in winter time, I should say. Martello, you call it? Billy Pitt had them built, Buck Mulligan said, when the French were on the sea. But ours is the Omphalos. What's your idea of Hamlet? Haynes asked Stephen. No, no, Buck Mulligan shouted in pain. I'm not equal to Thomas Aquinas and the 55 reasons he has made to prop it up. Wait till I have a few pints in me first. He turned to Stephen, saying as he pulled down neatly the peaks of his primrose waistcoat. Um, yeah, Buck Mulligan needs to get wasted so he can understand what Stephen's talking about when Stephen talks about Hamlet. Probably and not and probably still won't understand it. Just like Stephen probably wouldn't understand nuanced biochemistry of Buck Mulligan's head and knowledge. Uh, this page is interesting to me for some reason. These nouns stand out: collar, tie, clothing, watch chain. Um, he rummaged in his trunk. There's a handkerchief. There's Agenbite of Inwit. Keep that one in mind, kids. Go look it up. Go ask your little AI friend to help you out. God will simply have to dress the character. Puce gloves, green boots. These guys are all getting ready to play the characters of who they are in the world with all of these things. There's this black missile, which Mulligan calls a Latin quarter hat. Sounds like racist, or I don't know what it is. A hat to wear in the Latin quarter. Stephen is not Latin. Molly Bloom is. Spoiler alert. And then you have this thing called the ash plant, which is like Stephen's kind of poet, cool poet, hipster dude walking stick, ash plant. And I like how the word leaning place. It's a place, but it's a one word out of two words situation here. Then there's a huge key. Keys will play a major role in this book. Um, I don't know what it means, but they're all over the place. The keys to heaven, my friend. The keys to heaven. And then Buck Mulligan is is like hitting plants with a towel, and they're bringing a towel because they're going to go swimming. Then we have this word here, omphalos, and a little bit of history of the tower that they live in, which is called Martello Tower. And you can ask your AI friend to tell you all about that too, if it makes you uncomfortable not knowing what it is. And here we have Hamlet again, and Thomas Aquinas. So you have a very dense, rich page of a very seemingly brief and inconsequential situation here. But it's chock full of nouns and stuff. And you'll see this coming into play throughout the book as well. Things become characters. And if you look around your house right now, look around where you're sitting, what are you wearing? You know, and what's on your fucking dining room table and shit. I'm wearing, well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm wearing. But on my dining room table are these three little notebooks that I've written nothing in. There's a candle called Gratitude and Thanks. There's some Brazilian organic raw honey from Trader Joe's. There's of course Priya pickle. There's a bottle of soy sauce. There's Marie Sharp's habanero pepper sauce, uh, blue agave syrup, seafood hot sauce culichi, some red peppers, tapatio, sambal, and a prescription medication bottle, and some Lactaid. There's also a pack of American Spirit Blues. Do not smoke, please. My to-do list, and this novel that I found by Lloyd Alexander, The Book of Three. And this used to be like my favorite book in fourth grade, and I haven't seen or thought about it since then. But I was in Barnes and Noble, which is, I don't know. And I thought about it, and I Googled it, and came up with this, and it was indeed the book. I also have a book called The Invention of the White Race. This is fucking Professor Pretentiousness, and a book called Hogarth from the British illustrator of cityscapes. And the book is in German too. So that's on my table. Those are my things that surround me and create this character that I'm creating, or I think I'm creating, or I'm being created by. Just like these guys here have all these little things around them that create who they are and what they feel and what they think, and probably their religious and moral and political compasses as well. So, page 17 is a wrap. Go and look around your house and write a little story about all the shit you have, because only you have it, and it's very interesting. So, I look forward to reading your book. Send it to me.